Hi. We've all heard about the no-fly list, but could we soon also have a no-internet list? I'd like to tell you a little bit about Davie Abitbol from Montreal. No, this is not David, this is his father. Davie Abitbol was admittedly a bit of a weird guy. He was into online gaming. He believed that there was elves and gnomes and fairies everywhere and things like that, and he was also really into guns. He was in a couple of Facebook groups for people who like guns, and he was also a member of a firing range where he used to go do target practice on a regular basis. Well, here's what happened to Davie Abitbol. Facebook death threat suspect Davie Abitbol expected in court Monday. Well, David apparently had some trouble distinguishing between reality and fantasy, and at some point on the internet he made some comments about wanting to kill people, and the next thing that he knew, the Sûreté de Québec was at his house. Like, the SWAT team showed up, ransacked the house and all that, and threw him on the ground and took him to jail for making death threats. The thing is, there was one person who had brought this to their attention. Everybody else seemed to think he was just kidding around, or he was just doing his regular fantasy game stuff, that he wasn't actually going to kill anybody. But nonetheless, they took him into custody. And what they charged him with was uttering death threats and also improper storage of a firearm. In the articles, they mentioned that 5 firearms were found at his house, but actually all those guns were registered, and he was charged with improper storage of a firearm because apparently one of them was not locked up. And then this happened. So then they found 250 images of prepubescent girls on his computer, and they added to the charges a charge of possession of child pornography. Although his lawyer says he's not sure how that got on his computer and whether there's actually a link with his client. You'd say, well, how could that be? It's his computer. But it could have gotten on there the same way a Trojan or a virus or anything else gets on there. Seems a bit strange that the lawyer would say that. Maybe there was something to it. I don't know. And so this is how things ended up for him. The 19th of October, it was reported that he was granted bail. This is right around when this case came to my attention. I mean, I'd heard of it before, but I wasn't really paying much attention to it. But in the little paper that we get on the Metro, I think it's 24 Heures, there was a little article about Davie Abitbol, and what caught my attention was that the conditions of his release on bail included that he not use a computer. He's barred from using the internet or a computer at all, and if he breaks this condition, he'd be charged with a $5,000 fine, and his father with a $25,000 fine. If somebody commits a crime, you can bar them from using the internet. Here's another article on that. See, this isn't the first time that this has happened. Court rejects probation rules on teen that ban him from using social networks or instant messaging programs. The kid in question was not charged with any kind of internet-related crime. He was charged with being in possession of a stolen motorcycle. And nonetheless, the court tried to forbid him from using any kind of social media, having a MySpace page, using any kind of instant messaging or any kind of computer with encryption on it. In the end, they didn't succeed, although he was barred from using any computer that's infected with any kind of virus and some other things. But how would you know if the computer that you're on is infected with a virus? I mean, that's the whole point of viruses. You're not supposed to know that they're there, right? But like, let's say somebody makes harassing phone calls. Would they ban him from using the telephone before internet? No, I don't think so. If you sent a harassing letter, would you be banned from using the mail? I don't think so. Also, the internet is a source of information. So you ban somebody from using the internet. What are they restricted to? Watching the TV and reading the newspapers, maybe going to the library? So, are you really infringing on their rights to communicate freely, to have free speech, and to have free, access to information, all in the name of safety? But maybe, something we're going to see more and more of. Maybe if you make certain kind of comments in a chat room, next thing you know, you'll be banned from using the internet. I don't know. Could be. I think those nasty powers that be would like to do just about anything to gain control over the internet. And, well, wouldn't this be convenient if somebody gets, convicted of a criminal offense of any kind? They could be barred from the internet or even from using a computer. I think it's something that we should keep an eye on.